Hey guys, it's Mike. I figured I'd do a quick video since I was planting this new Kickin' Purple Aster and demonstrate how to actually plant a plant. I've seen a lot of folks just kind of dig a hole and throw it in and hope for the best, and I've done hundreds if not thousands of plantings over the years, and thought it'd be good to actually walk you through how I plant plants in order to set you up for success the best we can. So I've saved you the trouble of digging the hole and watching me dig a hole. But when you do, you want to use your trowel and just go about the trowel width depending on the type of container that you have. A lot of folks always say it's double the width of the root ball, and that's great for a lot of us that have just virgin soil or new soil. But for most of us, you're digging through roots, you're digging through rocks, you're digging through the old landscaping fabric that someone else previously put in here, and you want to get down to your substrate here and make sure that you're at the right soil. So you want to get through all that stuff. I would dig it just as wide as you can or able or have the time to actually cut through all the roots. For me, this size right here will do for what I'm planting. I'm going to divide this aster and use half of it here, and I'm going to put the other half over here. But for me, I want to get down to my soil, which is clay, so I can tell the color of it changes when you get down to the right depth. So cut out all your roots. Make sure the bottom is actually not solid. You want that to have a little bit of a drainage there. Obviously, if you're planting a conifer, you want to put the perlite in and make sure you have good drainage. But for most of it, I would just break up the bottom. The sides, I wouldn't worry about as much because the roots will tend to go down, and you want them to go down. You don't want them to actually be shallow. You want them to go down as far as they can to get water or to actually drain. So I'm going to walk you through. I'm going to actually divide this aster right now. Again, this is a Kickin' Purple Aster. You want to take it out of the pot. For me, I use this little oil pan that I got for gardening. It works really well to keep everything together so you're not making a huge mess. You want to look at where you're actually going to divide the aster. For me, there's a really good spot right in between the two of these. I use my hori-hori knife to actually cut through this. So I'll actually go vertically in this between these two and cut the roots down here. So I'll have two separate ones. You can see that actually divides pretty nicely in here. And these have a decent amount of rootstock on them. There might actually be a third I could use over here. I'm going to put that to the side for later. I don't want to waste that. But I do have a good clump right here that I can actually use for planting. You want to shake out the dirt, make sure your roots are exposed here. Don't worry if you break off a bunch here, that's fine. And then you want to look at the length of your roots here and just make sure you have a good solid connection right here. So that's about what you want for this. When you're actually planting, if you have a tree that you're using, you want to make sure that the flare of the tree is actually above the ground. You don't want to bury that. For this, I don't have to worry. This is an aster. But when you do actually plant it, you don't want to just sit it down. You want to actually hold it up about an inch up from where your ground level is. Hold it where you want it. Make sure you get the view of where you want the direction of the plant to go. But then actually when you're holding it up, that's when you actually backfill your dirt in as you're holding it about an inch above the ground. What that's going to do is make sure that you don't bury it too deeply. That's going to get all the dirt in the roots. And then once you actually have that dirt that you dug up and you use that as backfill, then you can actually push it down, compact it a little, make sure you're good on final placement. That looks pretty good to me. I always use my fist then to pound down around it to make sure that you have some stability. And then you can always just backfill then your mulch around the base of the tree, but actually not, you don't want it to touch it, especially when you're watering it early on. And then you want to give this a good soaking. So that is just a really quick version of how to plant a plant. Thanks everyone. Take care.